You wake up. The alarm blares, a jarring intrusion into the fragile peace of dawn. Before your feet even hit the floor, the torrent begins. A mental to-do list, already overflowing, crashes over you. Emails to answer, deadlines looming, a vague sense of dread about your finances. The nagging thought about that one conversation from yesterday. The endless scroll of social media notifications waiting. You haven't even had your first sip of coffee, and your mind is already a battlefield. This isn't just a bad morning. This is the relentless hum of the busy mind trap. And it's quietly, insidiously, keeping you poor and utterly exhausted. If you've ever felt like your brain is a browser with 50 tabs open, constantly buffering, constantly draining your energy, then this is for you. Hit that subscribe button right now to unlock more ways to reclaim your mental clarity and financial freedom. This isn't about being busy, it's about being overwhelmed. It's about the constant, low-level hum of mental chatter that prevents deep work, clear thinking, and ultimately meaningful progress. We live in an age that celebrates busyness as a badge of honor, a sign of importance. But what if that constant mental activity, that incessant internal monologue, isn't a sign of productivity but a symptom of a deeper problem? What if it's the very thing sabotaging your wealth, your energy, and your peace of mind? Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly focused, truly immersed in a single task without your mind wandering to a dozen other? When was the last time you made a significant financial decision, not out of obligation but from a place of calm, deliberate clarity? For many, that answer is, sadly, I can't remember. Let me introduce you to Alex. Alex is a marketing manager, brilliant, ambitious, and completely sobrecarregado. Every morning, Alex's inbox is a war zone. Every evening, Alex's brain feels like a spinning top, unable to settle. Alex knows what needs to be done. Build a personal brand. Invest in that new online course. Start that side hustle. Automate some finances. The knowledge is there, crystal clear. But the doing? That's where the wheels fall off. Alex starts a task, gets distracted by an email notification, remembers a forgotten errand, then spirals into a rabbit hole of online research unrelated to the original task. Hours melt away, productivity plummets, and at the end of the day, Alex feels more exhausted than if they had physically run a marathon. The irony? Alex is working hard. Alex is thinking constantly. But it's the wrong kind of thinking, leading to the wrong kind of exhaustion and zero financial momentum. Alex is stuck in the busy mind trap, mistaking mental activity for actual. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's about a direct correlation between mental overload and financial stagnation. Daniel Kahneman, o Nobel laureado, illuminated how our brains operate on two systems. Sistema 1, fast and intuitive, and Sistema 2, slow, deliberate, and effortful. When your mind is perpetually full, constantly juggling fragmented thoughts, you're primarily operating in a reactive Sistema 1 mode. This is where impulsive decisions are made, where long-term planning gets, and where financial opportunities are missed because you lack the mental to truly evaluate them. You're simply too busy putting out mental fires to build a sustainable financial future. You're reacting to stimuli, not strategically creating your reality. Consider the cost of this constant mental clutter. It's not just the loss of productivity, no trabalho. It's the oportunidades de investimento perdidas because you're too mentally drained to research. It's the compras impulsivas made to momentarily soothe the anxiety of an overstimulated mind. It's the incapacidade de negociar efetivamente because your focus is. It's the sensação constante de estar atrasado, despite working tirelessly. This isn't just a feeling, it's a measurable drain on your financial. Your brain, like any complex machine, has a finite amount of processing power. When that power is consumed by endless, unproductive loops, there's nothing left for the high-value tasks that actually move the needle in life and your bank account. The problem is insidious because it masquerades as diligence. We tell ourselves, I'm just thinking deeply about this, or I'm planning everything out. But often, what we're actually doing is, we're replaying past scenarios, rehearsing future anxieties, or simply cycling through an endless stream of low-priority thoughts. Newport, in his groundbreaking work on deep work, argues that a capacidade de focar sem distração em uma tarefa cognitivamente exigente is a superpower in our increasingly distracted world. But how can you achieve deep work when your mind is a chaotic marketplace of competing thoughts? You can't. And without deep work, you're constantly operating at a superficial level, producing superficial results, and earning superficial rewards. Let's look at the science of habitos, championed by James Clear. Building wealth and achieving financial freedom isn't about grand gestures, it's about pequenas ações consistentes que levam à construção de riqueza e liberdade. financiera. But consistency requires mental clarity and discipline. If your mind is a whirlpool of distraction, how can you consistently implement a budget, track your spending, learn anew, or dedicate time to your side hustle? The answer is, you can't, or at least not effectively. The busy mind hijacks your attention, making it incredibly difficult to stick to any routine that requires sustained mental effort. You might have the best intentions, the clearest goals, but without a quieted mind. Those intentions remain just that, intentions. This isn't about blaming you. It's about understanding the environment we're in. We are bombarded. Notifications ping, social media algorithms are designed to hook us, and the sheer volume of information available online creates a false sense. Must consume it all. This constant external stimulation feeds the internal. Your brain, designed for survival in a much simpler world, is now perpetually on high alert, trying to process an impossible amount of data. No wonder you're exhausted. No wonder you feel poor, not just in your bank account, but in your mental energy and focus. So what's the solution? How do we break free from this relentless cycle? It starts with recognizing that your mind is not a trash bin for every passing thought. It's a powerful tool, and like any tool, it needs to be maintained, sharpened, and used for its intended purpose. The solution I'm about to share isn't some magic pill or a complex, time-consuming ritual. It's a simple, powerful technique that can start to rewire your brain in just 5 minutes. And the best part? It's completely free. This isn't just about meditation, though mindfulness plays a role. It's about a specific practice that Bodo Schaefer, a master of financial education, implicitly understood. The power of deliberate, focused attention. It's about creating a mental firewall against the incessant noise. Here's the 5-minute solution, the Focused 5. Step 1. Choose one high-value task, just one. This could be anything from researching a specific investment, outlining a chapter for your book, planning your budget for the week, or even just deciding on a single actionable step towards your financial. The key is one task, not a list, not a vague idea. 1. Step 2. Commit to 5 uninterrupted minutes. Set a timer. Put your phone on airplane mode. Close all unnecessary tabs. Find a quiet space. Tell yourself, for the next 5 minutes, nothing else exists but this one task. Step 3. Engage in deep, deliberate focus. For those 5 minutes, pour every ounce of your mental energy into that single task. If your mind wanders, and it will, gently bring it back. Don't judge yourself, just redirect. This isn't about achieving perfection. It's about building the muscle of focused attention. It's about showing your brain who's in charge. Step 4. Review and recalibrate. When the timer goes off, take a deep breath. Acknowledge what you accomplished, no matter how small. Even if it was just 5 minutes of struggling to focus, you still tried. You still practiced. This isn't about instant results. It's about building consistency. Why 5? Because it's manageable. It's not intimidating. It's a small enough commitment that you can integrate it into even the most days. But the cumulative effect is profound. Each 5-minute burst is a tiny victory against the busy mind. Each session strengthens your ability to concentrate, reduces mental clutter, and builds the mental fortitude necessary for high performance and financial clarity. This is where the principles of Napoleon Hill and Carol Dweck converge. Hill understood that a definite purpose, backed by unwavering focus, is the bedrock of achievement. Dweck taught us about the growth mindset, the belief that our abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. The Focused 5 is a practical application of both. It's about deliberately training your mental muscle, cultivating a growth mindset around your attention, and applying that sharpened focus to your most important goals. Imagine Alex, now armed with the Focused 5. Instead of staring blankly at the overwhelming inbox, Alex picks one email to respond to, sets a timer for 5 minutes, and drafts a concise, effective reply. Later, instead of endlessly scrolling, Alex dedicates 5 minutes to research one specific stock for investment. Then, another 5 minutes to outline the introduction of that personal brand. These aren't huge blocks of time, but they are focused blocks of time. They are moments of deep work, creating tangible progress where before there was only mental noise. And the transformation isn't just about productivity, it's about energy. When your mind is constantly scattered, your energy is constantly leaking. Every fragmented thought, every unfinished mental loop drains you. But when you engage in focused work, even for just 5 minutes, you experience a sense of accomplishment, a surge of productive energy. This isn't the fleeting buzz of caffeine, it's the sustainable energy that comes from conscious, deliberate action. You're no longer just busy, you're effective. You're no longer just thinking, you're creating. This practice will feel uncomfortable at first. Your mind will resist. It's been accustomed to its chaotic freedom for too long. It will try to pull you back into the endless scroll, the fragmented thought patterns. But each time you gently bring it back to the single task, you are strengthening a new neural pathway. You are literally rewiring your brain for focus, for clarity, for power. And with that power comes the ability to make smarter financial decisions, to pursue your goals with unwavering consistency, and to finally break free from the exhausting grip of the busy mind trap. This isn't about becoming a robot. It's about gaining control. It's about choosing where your precious mental energy goes, rather than letting it be dictated by external stimuli or internal chaos. It's about reclaiming your focus, your energy, and ultimately, your financial destiny. The busy mind trap is real. It's a silent killer of dreams, a relentless drain on your energy, and a formidable barrier to building true financial freedom. But the solution isn't complicated. It's not about working harder, but about working smarter with your attention. It's about training your mind, one 5-minute burst of focus at a time. The power isn't in the length of the session, but in the consistency of the commitment. Your journey to mental clarity and financial abundance begins not with an overhaul, but with a single, deliberate choice. Choose to reclaim your attention. Choose to silence the noise. Choose to invest just 5 minutes a day in focused action. The change won't be immediate, but it will be profound. You will start to feel more energized, less overwhelmed, and more in control of your decisions, your finances, and your life. This is your wake-up call. Stop letting a full mind lead to an empty wallet and an exhausted spirit. Start building your mental fortress, 5 minutes at a time. If you're ready to transform your focus, reclaim your energy, and finally build the life you deserve, then this channel is your guide. Don't let this insight be another fleeting thought. Act on it. Implement the Focused 5 today. And if this message resonated, if you're tired of being tired and financially stuck, then hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Geist Prime. Join our community dedicated to cutting through the mental noise and building of clarity, discipline, and sustainable wealth. Your journey to an uncluttered mind and a richer life starts now. The truth is, many of us operate under the false premise that multitasking is a superpower. We juggle emails, answer calls, scroll through social media, and try to execute complex tasks all at once. We wear busy as a badge of honor, equating a packed schedule and a fragmented mind with productivity. But what if I told you that this approach is not only inefficient but actively detrimental to your cognitive function and, by extension, your financial? Consider the concept of attention residue. When you switch from one task to another, your brain doesn't immediately disengage from the previous one. A part of your attention lingers, attempting to process the unfinished. This residue reduces your cognitive capacity for the new task, making you less accurate and more prone to errors. Imagine trying to drive a car while constantly looking in the rearview mirror. Road you just left. That's what your brain is doing when you constantly switch tasks. Each switch incurs a switching cost, a hidden tax on your mental energy and time. Over a day, these costs accumulate, leaving you feeling drained and accomplishing less than you believe. This isn't just about feeling tired. It has tangible financial implications. Think about a crucial financial decision you need to make. Perhaps a complex investment strategy, a budget overhaul, or a negotiation for a raise. If your mind is cluttered with the residue of a dozen other distractions, how clear can your judgment be? How effectively can you analyze data, foresee potential pitfalls, or articulate your needs? The answer is not very. A scattered mind leads to scattered results, and in the financial world, scattered results often translate to missed opportunities, poor decisions, and a stagnant bank account. Let's look at it from another angle: the power of deep work. Newport, in his seminal book Deep Work, defines it as professional activities performed in a state of distraction-free concentration that push your cognitive capabilities to their limit. These efforts create new value, improve your skill, and are hard to replicate. This is the opposite of the busy mind trap. Deep work is where true breakthroughs happen, where complex problems are solved, and where significant value is created. It's the kind of work that separates those who merely do from those who truly achieve. How does this relate to your financial destiny? Imagine you spend an hour each day in deep work, focused solely on developing a new skill relevant to your career, researching a lucrative investment, or strategizing your next business move. Compare that to an hour spent flitting between emails, social media, and fragmented tasks. The quality of output from the deep work session will be exponentially higher, over weeks, months, and years. This consistent application of focused effort compounds, leading to measurable improvements in your income, your assets, and your overall financial security. The Focused 5 strategy isn't just a productivity hack, it's a gateway to cultivating deep work habits. It's the fundamental training ground for your attention muscles. By consistently committing to those 5 minutes of unbroken concentration, you're not just completing a small task, you're actively rewiring your brain. You're teaching it to resist the siren call of distraction, to stay present, and to engage fully with the task at hand. This discipline, once ingrained, will naturally extend to longer periods of allowing you to tackle more complex projects with greater efficiency and less fatigue. Think of it as building a mental firewall. Every time you consciously choose to focus for 5 minutes, you're strengthening that firewall, making it more robust against the endless barrage of notifications, internal chatter, and external demands vying for your attention. This isn't about eliminating all distractions from your life. That's an unrealistic goal. It's about building the internal capacity to choose where your attention goes, regardless of the external environment. It's about developing the mental fortitude to say no to the trivial and yes to the significant. This commitment to focus isn't just about making more money, though that's often a significant byproduct. It's about reclaiming your peace of mind. It's about reducing stress and anxiety that stem from feeling constantly overwhelmed. It's about being fully present in your conversations, with your loved ones, and in your leisure activities. A mind that can focus isn't just financially richer, it's richer in relationships and richer in overall well-being. So if you've been struggling with feeling perpetually busy but rarely productive, if your financial goals seem perpetually out of reach, or if you simply feel a constant hum of mental noise, then the Focused 5 is your starting point. It's not a magic bullet, but it is the foundational brick in building a life of intention, clarity, and genuine accomplishment. Don't underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. Your mind is your most valuable asset. Learn to master it, and you will unlock potentials you never knew existed, both in your bank account and in your spirit. The journey to an uncluttered mind and a richer life starts now.